Okay, I will get started now. Hello, everyone. My name is Judan Heath, and I am the Executive Director for Hispanic Technology and Telecommunications Partnerships. Thank you all for being with us today and making time to join today's briefing. We will be recording this presentation and we'll be making it available for everyone who wasn't able to attend and for anyone who signed up. And first off, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to all of us who have been involved from the start, helping people enroll in the Affordable Connectivity Program. And thanks to everyone's work. The Affordable Connectivity Program has been so successful. The ACP has accomplished more to drive social and economic development by bridging our country's digital divide than any other standalone effort in our nation's history. With over 23 million households enrolled across all 50 states and territories and federally recognized tribal lands, the success, reach, and impact of the program are unmatched. And it thanks to everyone like you who are doing the work. Unfortunately, we also know that without congressional action, the ACP is on the brink of shutting down due to lack of funding, resulting in the potential of millions of households, including vulnerable seniors, veterans, school-aged children, and residents of rural and tribal communities, all losing internet connections they need to contribute and benefit from today's modern economy. Not only has the Affordable Connectivity Program been effective at reaching and getting online some of the hardest to connect households, but a strong majority of all voters also support extending funding for the program. This includes 62% of Republicans, 78% of independents, and over 96% of Democrats, and 80% of adults who are over 50. The ACP is also strongly supported by a bipartisan cross-section of members of Congress, governors, mayors, county executives, small and large local and national community organizations, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, and private industry. And that's because the ACP promotes inclusive digital connectivity, which increases skilled employment, raises household incomes, and creates job opportunities, all of which increase economic growth. And I say all this because we know that the ACP is working. The Affordable Connectivity Program is working and helping veterans and seniors access flexible healthcare options. Households with school-aged children are using it for education. And people are using the connections made possible by the ACP to learn new skills for work, for home, or find new jobs and continued economic success. I know that many of us have been worried about what will happen if the funding expires. And with this, it will become a disastrous lapse in service for millions of households across the country. But the good news is that there is new movement in Congress on both a potential pathway to extend funding for the program through the end of the year. And there are also really productive conversations that are happening between consumer advocates and policymakers to establish a framework for long-term sustainable funding for the ACP. And lastly, the reason we're all here today is that we can take important actions that will make incredible difference during the next week of April 22nd through the 26th, which we are calling #ExtendACP Week of Action. So April 22nd through the 26th is important because Congress will be in recess. And during that week in their home states, engaging with constituents about the issues that are most important to them. And when they return, they will be voting on a handful of funding bills that can potentially include funding for the Affordable Connectivity Program. With final funding for the ACP set to expire in early May, this is an important and possible final opportunity for us to engage and ensure congressional action when they return to DC. So, starting Monday of next week, we will take few simple actions, and collectively it will make a huge impact. We're so hopeful, and we need to be intentional about our engagement because we know that any funding vehicle will need a simple majority in both the House and the Senate. So that means we need to engage with both Republicans and Democrats. We need to expand our narrative about the program and elevate all of the positive returns to our economy that the ACP is driving. So I know that we've all been working on this for a long time, but based on everything we're hearing from Washington and congressional champions on the Hill, this is possible. We are hopeful. We need everyone's help. Our goal during the Extend ACP Week of Action is for all of us to take collective engagement and next steps. Whatever your capacity is, there's something you can do. Some actions that would be incredibly helpful with resources that I'll talk about shortly. You can reach out to your local field office for your member of Congress and let them know that this is an important issue for you and other constituents and that you would like them to extend ACP. You can host a press event in your area that convenes local leaders to highlight the importance of the program to your community and invite your member of Congress. Even if they can't attend, they know that it's happening and they'll know it's important. You can send messages to your email list, encouraging everyone to participate in the hashtag Extend ACP Week of Action. You can place an op-ed in your local paper to educate members of Congress and others about the positive impact this program is making in your community. You can use the issue brief and new talking points to publish blog posts. You can post on social media, tagging your reps and sharing your story. These are all things that we know can make a difference. I know that all the community organizers on the call can recognize and attest to the effectiveness of these engagement strategies. I know that many of us work in small local nonprofit organizations with small staff, which is why we've been working hard to put everything that you need to take any of these actions into a quick and easy toolkit. So our Extend ACP Week of Action toolkit includes several things: a fresh, expanded narrative in the form of an issue brief that highlights the economic benefits of the program. This narrative will be effective for outreach to both Republicans and Democrats. We have insights on how the process works in Congress, in case anyone is curious, new talking points and FAQs, a list of influential legislators. If you live in their state, you can make a huge impact by reaching out to them and tagging them. There are also links to your legislators' social media handles, district fact sheets, draft emails, and easy plug and play infographics and social graphics that you can share on your personal or your organization's social media channels. All completely unbranded and for your use. We have worked hard so that everyone has what they need to make a difference to engage next week. You don't have to do everything in the toolkit, but if each of us does do what we can, we do believe we can be successful in motivating Congress to extend this program while we continue to establish long-term funding mechanism. Take these, brand them, make them yours. So what's at stake? If the ACP program ends on our watch, millions of households across the country will experience bill shock and service disruption. People will experience loss of flexible healthcare options. There will be impact to veterans, education, loss of households for school-age children, and a backslide in digital connectivity for rural and tribal communities. In short, the digital divide turns into a digital cliff, and all the progress we've made disappears. So keeping this program alive feels incredibly personal to me and to all of us because we know that it's working, which is why we put all of this together, all these tools to use and resource, and we put it in an easy place for you to make an important impact and difference. So today was just a quick preview. We will share these slides. We will share this recording if you need to send it to any of your networks. We will also email the entire toolkit with all of the digital assets starting tomorrow, and everyone that registered for the webinar, and you can start using it as soon as you can. We'll be posting on @ExtendACP on Instagram and Twitter. Please like, comment, and share when you see that account post. Please share this toolkit with everyone in your network. Encourage them to take whatever action is within their capacity, and adapt the issue brief and narrative and new talking points to create op-eds and blog posts, and tailor the district fact sheets, or use those points to tailor it to your community. We encourage you to personalize them with local stories of impact and success and testimonials. But the heavy lifting is done. We've done it for you, and we're making these resources available to everyone tomorrow. You can connect with me on @HTTP_policy on Twitter or Instagram. You can email me directly. If you have any questions along the way, my email is Judeanne, JUDEANNE @httppolicy.org. And this was just a quick, brief overview that you can share with your community. You've all been so generous with your time. And I thought it was important that we gave a little talk through of the new suite of tools. So again, I'll end by what I started with, by saying thank you. We've all been in this together, and I do believe we can achieve very important win for the ACP and for millions of households across the country who are currently enrolled, and so many more who are eligible but have not yet been able to enroll. I'll include a link to the webinar and the toolkit for anyone that wasn't able to join today, and please do not hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. Thank you again. #ExtendACP. I'm hopeful we can do this. Thank you for joining us today.